Hello and welcome to the video of my 2016 Honda NC750X. This is my own bike. It's from 2016 and I would like to talk about what I have done to the bike and what I think about it. I think it's a very good bike for city riding, small traveling between bigger cities for example. But for serious touring or traveling on a motorbike, it is a little bit small. And with 2 passengers, it's not powerful enough. But otherwise, it's an excellent bike. I had no problems almost with it, and I'm very happy with it. Special thing about this bike, as many as you know, is this trunk. In the trunk I fitted cigarette lighter connection and dual USB. For while you ride you can charge your phones, telephones, battery banks and so on, and it fits a full helmet, so riding in a city is absolutely perfect. You don't have to take your helmet with you, just 2 hands in a pocket and that's it. Very easy. So, what I have mounted on this bike. First thing, I mounted this hugger from R&G. It fits really nicely. It's very discreet and is doing the job of keeping the shock absorber clean. That is original shock absorber and I've never ever cleaned it and it looks like new. So definitely worth the money to buy it. Installation is easy, anybody can do it. Second of all, I mounted shad side panniers. These have a very nice 3-point system. The bags hook up here and here, and that's it. And I chose this because when the panniers are off, I don't have to remove the frames because they are almost invisible. You cannot even notice really that you have the frames on. So that's why I chose them, and also very good panniers. I do the pannier video later, make sure to check that one out as well. Next, what I've mounted to the bike are heated grips. The heated grips are not original. Originals broke down after 1 season. They got error of E3, which is a micro switch failure, and my local Honda dealer could not fix it. They just said buy new, and they are quite expensive, so I fitted aftermarket ones, but they are looking like original or OEM spec heated grips. They're very good, 5 levels as you can see. Level 1 blue, level 2 green, level 3 yellow, level 4 orange, and level 5 red, and off. And they have all the technology in it. If battery voltage is low, they will not start, and so on. So very good, very comfortable, easy to mount, and I have no complaints about them. Really good, and they look as original. Then I have mounted auxiliary lights. They are from Denali D2s. I'll show you the lights. Really good lights. I've mounted them on this kind of bar over here, which I've made myself from aluminum. The paint is coming off a little bit, but maybe should anodize it and then it will be okay, or just keep it unpainted and don't have to worry about it all. It is mounted to the 2 holes underneath the headlamp here, and they are originally there. I don't have to drill anything, so it's also something that anybody can do at home. And they are good lights because of course LED, nice design, and I drive in Europe on the right hand side, then there is an option for these lights that you can change the lenses. These, either they are clear lenses or they are slotted lenses like this one, if you can see. And this gives you an option that along the roadside, which is this one, gives you a very long beam, and the right side gives you short but wide because of the ribs over here on the lens. So it's very nice pattern, and the lighting is really good, because unfortunately original lights, they are not so good. They are even high beam, they are bright but very short, and if you drive in the night in a forest or places where you haven't been before, it's really not enough light. You really need more, and that's why I bought these auxiliary lights. The only thing to keep in mind is that headlight is LED, so you cannot get pure 12 volt signal for the lights. Otherwise it's possible to switch the auxiliary lights with your original headlight switch in here. So you have extra switch when you switch the lights on. If you have low beam on a headlight, then also the auxiliary lights are on a low beam, and if you switch on to high beam on your main light, the auxiliary lights will also go to high beam automatically. And if you don't want auxiliary lights, you just switch them off. But because of the LED doesn't give, or this headlight LED doesn't give pure 12 volt signal, which the Denali lights need as a signal to what to do, then it's not possible. And then you have to have this 3-position switch where you can have high beam off and low beam. But this is quite an hassle. If you have high beam on auxiliary, high beam on main lights, and somebody's coming towards you, you have to do two switchings that switch off the high beam on the main light, switch off the high beam on auxiliary lights, and that is not comfortable, especially if these switches are not backlit. So this is something to keep in mind, but otherwise excellent build quality, excellent wiring, everything is there and very easy to connect to the bike. The next thing is the GPS. It's a Garmin, works quite well. I've put it over here so I can turn it up, lock it, and if I put the Garmin here, I don't block my instrument cluster. It would be better to have it up here somehow, but I put it this way and I also have no problems with it. What else? Then I have changed the original brake bleed nipples to a Stahlbus brake nipples, because they are very easy to change the brake fluid or getting the air out, because if you open it only quarter turn, then there is a non-return valve inside and you can just pump. Put the hose on it here like you normally do, and then just pump it through until you don't see. Because when you release and there is non-return valve inside, it closes and no air can get back inside. So I know on the bike it's very close to the brake and maybe not so necessary, but I liked it and I put them on. Also on aft brake. Original dust cap fits on the Stahlbus brake bleed nipple. And I've also mounted, I cannot show it at the moment, I've mounted the Stahlbus oil plug. If I can show it, probably not. Yes, I cannot show it unfortunately, but check it out on the internet and maybe I'll make a video about it. You don't have to make your hands oily, you don't have to change the oil plug gasket every time you change oil. You just plug in a hose which opens the internal valve in that plug and you can just drain all oil, and very easy, very clean. It's not a messy job anymore. So I think quite a good thing to add to any bike, and it's not expensive. What else? I've changed the original windscreen. This is a Chibi. I'm 1 meter 80 centimeters tall, so with the original windscreen I get the buffeting around my shoulders and upper chest and so on. I installed this screen, it's about 10 centimeters higher, and now I have slight buffeting around my top of my helmet. So much better, and I'm quite happy with it. It doesn't change the look of the bike so much, so also happy with that upgrade. What else about the bike? The maintenance is really easy. Oil filter is up there. Then the gearbox filter is up here. The most difficult one is the air filter, which is inside here. You have to take these fairings off and this part off, and then you can get to the airbox and open the airbox and then change the filter. It's not so easy, but it's doable. Oh, two more mods I forgot about is the tank grips. This is from R&G. I like the material they use. They really do grip a lot better, because if you clean your bike and maybe some people even polish or wax or do this kind of things, then this part is a smooth area, very slippery. You have no grip at all, so that's why I put them here, and now it's okay. It's really grips good, and I put them on, that is 4 years ago, and I have no peeling off or anything at all. It's really good. Again, quite easy to install. You can do it yourself, and they really stick well. There's no loose ends or anything like that. To keep in mind, this is not just to peel off the back paper and mount it. Slightly heat up the fairing and slightly heat up the pad, and then you can mount it, and then it's like heat activated glue, and then it's on, and it's really good. Definitely worth the money. It's doing the job it's meant to be. Its design is for this bike only. The material is good, looks is good, and I even like this small emblem of R&G. And the last biggest modification, is the seat. If you can see here, then on the original seat there is a huge slope around here, so you always slide in front, and the seat is hard. I can do about 2 hours riding straight, and then I want to make a break because it's not comfortable. You start sitting this way and that way on the seat, and it's not comfortable. And this is a seat from Seat Concepts. It's very soft. It is nice looking. You can have different designs, different materials. It's slightly wider, and it's still narrow here, that when you're riding standing up, it doesn't affect your standing or something. It still makes the bike feel quite narrow. So, and I have no problems with it at all. The fitting you can send in your seat and they can do it for you, but I order it and I fitted myself. It is also something you can do by yourself. You need the spray glue, you need cleaning agents to clean all the surfaces before gluing and so on. Instructions are on Seat Concepts page, and they also come with the seat materials. Then you put on the foam, then you put on a plastic sheet, and then you put the cover on. The cover is not so easy to put on. It needs some, not adjustment, but a little bit looking where I start and how I'm gonna go. And for staples, you need to use stainless steel staples, and I've used the hand stapler, it's not strong enough. I've used electric staple, it's not strong enough. But finally I used the pneumatic one, and that does job perfectly. So definitely recommend either borrow or buy or rent a pneumatic stapler. Of course, if you don't have a compressor, also the compressor, and you can totally do this job by yourself. Seat is very comfortable. Very comfortable. I even forget about a seat. Doesn't matter how long I drive, 2, 3, 4 hours straight. It's very, very good seat. I can recommend. Only thing to keep in mind, in Europe, if I order something, the seat price is not so high, maybe 250 euros. I don't remember exactly. Then postage was around $100. And then my country takes also a tax on it, because it's not ordered from European Union. So in all, it becomes quite expensive. So maybe it's, if you live in Europe, it's easier to, or cheaper, to send some your seat to some company who deals in seats and does this job for you, and who, or manufacturer who makes these seat covers, and can be cheaper, faster, and so on. And now maybe some things about the bike that are not so good. Well, it's a small bike, the weather protection is not that good. Your lower legs, upper body, your hands open to the weather, wind, rain, and so on. So, but I don't think, it's not really an adventure bike, so I don't like to put on some hand guards and to protect yourself. And you can buy some wind deflectors, or in Honda original ones, to put here, that they deflect the wind away from your legs a bit. How they work, I don't know. Maybe it's worth the money, maybe not, I don't know. But that is pretty much it. I mean, for ergonomics, handlebars are standard. There is no handlebar risers. As I said, I'm 1.80 m. Feel comfortable, the back doesn't get tired. Even with original seat, the back doesn't get tired. And what else? It drives really well. Fuel economy is great. If I drive exactly 90 kilometers an hour, it's 2.9, 3.1 liters per 100 kilometers. So with 14-liter tank, 400 kilometers, I've done it, no problem. But if you drive, let's say 130 with panniers on, and me 95 kilos with my gear, then you get 280, 290 kilometers out of the tank. And that is for longer trips not very good, because the longest I've done is 1100 kilometers a day on this bike, and if you have to fill up every 3 hours, find a gas station, then it becomes quite annoying. But otherwise, as I said, it's not really a touring bike in my opinion. In a city, between, let's say, cities 200 kilometers, go back and forth commuting, maybe you have a country house, go to there, some gravel roads, it's excellent bike. Very low maintenance, you can do the maintenance yourself. Very, very good and easy bike. Definitely recommend for people who are beginners. Also very easy because of the DCT. It is just a fantastic thing. A lot of people say, oh, the automatic gearbox is not really a motorbike, you're not a real man if you don't change gear yourself. But for me, if I do most of the city riding, which I think this bike is for, commuting and so on, and why should I ride in a city? First gear, second gear, dirt, first, second, stop, this and that. Just put it in drive and let the bike do it, and maybe listen to the music and or pay more attention what's going around you. And if you are on long trips on a highways, if there is something happening, let's say some pulls in front of you, or you don't have to think, shifting down, clutch, braking, and so on. You can pull a handful of brake as much as you want. The ABS takes care of everything, and you're okay. You can maybe, instead of thinking about gears and clutches and stuff, maybe you can just have a look around where you can pull over that to avoid the obstacle or other cars or so on. And it also makes nicer. And if you are in foreign cities looking around the road signs and on the hills and so on, you don't have to think about all these things. It makes traveling easy. It really makes it easy, and it becomes a vacation, not a job. Because in the end of the day, if you have driving all the day and in the cities or small places or small roads, I don't know, it drives me nuts to change these gears. If I want to change gear, I'll buy a superbike and go on a track and change the gears as much as I want, or buy a classic bike and go Sunday morning drive and change gears up and down as much as I want. But like a bike like this, which is made from city driving, commuting and so on, it's perfect. And this is 2016 model, so I'm not sure which generation of the gearbox that is, but the newer one, it's already revised and it's even better. So if you are thinking to buy it, of course second hand older bikes of this will be cheaper than to go and buy a new one, but technologies are there. And I've just remembered one more thing not that I don't like about this bike, but what I would like to have from the factory already, and that is a traction control. In every day I don't really miss it, but I have a couple of times when you are on wet grass and not giving a lot of gas, just normal gas, just to start moving, and the back end goes. Okay, you maybe catch it, or maybe you fall over and nothing serious happens to the bike and you. But if you have traction control, this kind of things are a little bit taken care of them, so I really would like to have it, and the new bike has it. And the one more thing I would like to have better is the instrument cluster. I put the GPS bracket away. It's not bad, but I would like to have more information, especially on traveling. Hot summer day in south of Europe, air temperature would be nice, maybe bike coolant temperature, oil temperature, things like this. But here don't have it. It's very, very basic dash. You have your speed, gear, time, fuel level, mileage, trip A, trip B, and the RPMs, and that is pretty much it. There is no maintenance reminders or some extra menus. There is a menu, but you can just adjust like some screen colors and things like that. It's not really much you can change. So that would be great. And the newer bike has a better screen, but also not really something I'd like. I would like to have TFT or this kind of modern colored screen. Just nicer to look at, and that's all. But that's my personal opinion. Then maybe a couple of words about the suspension. It's a basic suspension, 41mm forks in forward. Nothing special about them. There is no preload adjustment there. There is no compression damping or something like that. You cannot change anything. You have to change internals, the springs, or you can put emulators inside, or you can buy really a better internals altogether where you have already all these settings. They are possible to buy, and I've thought to do so, but since I'm thinking about selling the bike, then I'm not going to do it. And the aft suspension is you can adjust only the preload of the spring with the C-spanner, and it's the how you call a step ladder system. So you change the preload and then move the bike a little bit and then change again, and it gives you some play in the rear suspension. You can feel a difference if you have done anything, but still I would think something aftermarket. Maybe preload adjuster a little bit in convenience place, maybe rebound adjustment, and also something that's possible to service, because this shock absorber is not serviceable item. You have to buy new, and if I'm not mistaken, from Honda it was over 500 euro a new one. So this bike is now 5 years old. I've done 21,000 kilometers, not so much, but in front is already 2 times oil changed. In the back I've done nothing, so I pretty much don't know is it still okay or not okay. And to buy 500 euro shock absorbers every 4 or 5 years, I don't know. For me it's a little bit strange. The forward shock absorbers, as I said, I've changed oil every 2 years. It's really easy if you are really little bit experienced around the bikes. You can do it yourself. Support the bike from underneath, take off the wheel, loosen the caps here, then loosen up the triple tree, and you can take the forks out, take top caps off, pour out the oil, take out the internals, remove the bottom screw, clean everything back. It's really easy. There is nothing you can mess up, really. Definitely recommend. And the first time I changed oil, it was after 2 years, maybe 7,000 kilometers, and the oil was very dirty. A lot of graphite-like substance, black substance in the oil. So yeah, definitely worth to, maybe even after 1 year, to have it changed, and you will be okay. There was no problems whatsoever, but after 2 years I did it, and you can definitely feel a difference in the damping after you have done it. The seals are all original inside. Some garages tell you, oh, if you change oil and you open up the shock absorber, you should change all the seals, maybe they start leaking. Yeah, I have not done it. I bought this fork seal tool, it was not that expensive, and I take care of when removing the seals and when mounting them back, and I have had no problems keeping the forks clean. Even when I travel, when I stop for a day, I swipe off the bugs or any dirt or dust or what's on there, and I have no leaking seals. Really, I've been 20,600 kilometers, almost 21,000, no leaking seals. So I don't know, it's everybody's experience is different. So yes, and maybe for the end, most people change the exhaust pipe and the muffler. I have not done it because yes, the muffler doesn't look very nice. It's original OEM, but for me it's okay. It suits the bike, and the bike sounds nice with it. I don't know, people are different, but for me the sound is okay. I'll start her up. For me it sounds enough. On the long trips it's not loud that you would get tired of it, but if you drive slowly, yeah. And okay, one thing about the bike, because you have automatic gearbox, you cannot rev the engine while you are moving. A lot of people come by, show you, especially the geeks, oh, give me some revs. And if you would have a clutch, you pull it in and you give some revs. With this bike you cannot do, so you can really sound the exhaust or rev the engine. That's also maybe a minus for some people, but for me it's not important. So in conclusion, I'm really happy with the bike. It was everything I wanted the bike to be, and now I'm thinking to change it to new Africa Twin, because the more and more I like the traveling, I really need a bigger bike for that, just to feel more comfortable. And I like to put in the miles. I don't even know why, I just like driving, and the bigger bike is comfortable. I've made a test drive a couple of days ago, and it was fantastic. Even though Africa Twin with DCT is 248 kilos, you would think that it's heavy as hell. When you handle it around, it doesn't feel any heavy than this bike. It's 230 kilo with an automatic gearbox, and when you're driving, honestly it feels even lighter than this one. I don't know how it's possible, how they have designed it, but it is really great. And the new Africa Twin also with the DCT, the gearbox is even better. You cannot even feel almost gear changes. You only hear maybe the exhaust crackles and pops, and yeah. The only thing I seriously regret for city driving is a trunk in forward, because just to put your helmet inside, and sometimes I go to the courses in another city or something like that. When I go there, helmet on, and I put my notepad or I don't know, bottle of water or whatever in the trunk. When I arrive, I put the helmet in, take my stuff out, do the course and drive back home, and it's so nice. It really is nice and easy. So I really don't want to sort of sell this bike. I like it, but since I like traveling more, and then I'm going for Africa Twin, and she will be for sale. And I think that's about it about the bike. I have nothing else to say. Yes. So if you think about your first bike, if 230 kilos, if not a problem for you, definitely get it. You will not regret it. Reliable, drives nice, easy, not that expensive. You can do your maintenance yourself if you wish. That also makes owning the bike a little bit cheaper. Insurance is not that big, of course, depending on the country where you are, and it sort of looks not the nicest bike, but I think it's also not the ugliest. High beauty is different for everybody, but I definitely recommend this bike. So at least check it out, take it for test drive and check it out. And I've actually taken this bike on a track, and you can go on a track about it, and it's magical. You are not very fast, of course, but if you haven't been on track and you just want to learn the lines or something like this, you can go and you don't have to worry about the gear changes and so on. You can just learn the lines, learn the brake zones, generally how everything works on track. You can have a good time, and when you are more experienced, buy something appropriate for the track. But you can go on a track it's a lot of fun, really. So I hope you like this video. It's first video I ever made, filming with my mobile phone, so if the picture of or the sound is not so good, then I'm sorry about that. I will try to improve in the future, because I've thought I give it a go to start a small YouTube channel about the bikes, of my bikes, or maybe some test bikes or some equipment that I put on my bikes and so on. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you like, also subscribe. And thank you very much for this half an hour. Bye.